Hey everyone! So Katie has pressured me into doing videos of my own as well. I'm gonna do something that we're calling Crash Course Cryptids. So the first cryptid I want to talk about is going to be a personal favorite of mine, and that is going to be the Squonk. So in 1910, a man named William Cox wrote a book called Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods, where he tried to record a whole variety of different stories, legends, monsters, and tales that were told in lumber yards all across the United States. This book is the first ever appearance of the Squonk. According to Fearsome Creatures, the Squonk is a pig-like creature that has loose, sagging skin, it's covered in warts and boils, it has wax buildup all over its ears, its tusks are yellowed, its eyes misshapen. So this creature is alarmingly grotesque. It's supposed to be one of the ugliest cryptids ever. Another really interesting thing about the Squonk is that it only travels in the dark, especially around twilight, because it is so humiliated by its appearance that it doesn't want anyone to see it. The Squonk also, as it travels, leaves a path of teardrops because it is so upset about its physical appearance that it is constantly crying. So the book tells us that a good hunter can follow the Squonk by just following the tears. And it recommends doing so on moonlit nights because on a night when the moon is out, the Squonk risks seeing itself in a puddle, and it's so embarrassed by that that it goes more slowly and deliberately, which makes tracking it even easier. Now, there are very few stories about what happens if you actually find a Squonk, but since they are so easy to track, because not only can you follow the tears, but you also can listen carefully and hear them crying, because they sob very loudly. If you do find one, you need to be very, very careful, because in the only story we have of a man finding the Squonk, he entices it into a bag, and the book tells us that he does this by acting like a Squonk or providing a faithful replication of the Squonk, which I think means making Squonk noises, but the first time I read it, it made it sound like he looked like a Squonk, which is throwing a lot of unnecessary shade at this man, but oh well. So this man finds the Squonk, he entices it into a bag, but the moment the Squonk realizes that it has been seen, it starts to cry so hard that when he opens the bag again, the only thing left is a puddle of tears and bubbles. So if you find a Squonk and it knows it's been seen, it will be so embarrassed that it will literally cry itself to death. It used to, apparently, live in the hemlock forest of northern Pennsylvania in logging camps. And there's some references to the Squonk having moved from deserts to swamps to these forests as a part of deforestation and environment destruction that was happening in its original homes. And actually, on that note, I think William Cox has a really beautiful section of this book where he talks about this. I'm gonna read that real quick. I know it's not exactly about the Squonk, but since the Squonk's movements are based on deforestation, I do think it fits the story of this creature. The lumber regions are contracting. Stretches of forest that once seemed boundless are all but gone, and many a stream is quiet that once ran full of logs and echoed to the song of the river driver. So I guess here at the end of the video, the last thing to address is the Squonk real? Because if he's real, that's tragic. How sad is that? Thankfully, the Squonk is decidedly not real. He never has, never will, and does not exist. Okay, bye. Give a hug. You're not a Squonk. You're cute. You're too cute to be a Squonk. You're too cute to be a Squonk, aren't you, girl? Yes, you are. You got jealous. I was talking about another animal.